I was really looking forward to this film. I saw a little bit of a teaser trailer. I thought that could be interesting. Viola Davis as the role of the president, as President Sutton. And I thought, okay, that could be good. And then press started asking for screeners and nobody was budging. Like, sorry, we're not giving out screeners for this. I got bounced around 3 or 4 different PR companies and my heart began to sink because I thought, whenever they do that, it's either we'll invite you to a press screening and we're going to butt you up with a free alcoholic bar or goodie bags or something to maybe get you in the right mood for whatever this film might be, hopefully pushing up that star review. So whenever you get screenings for big budget films that there is no press screenings for, or near enough none, then you can worry. And unfortunately, that is the case here. This film is a mess. Let's talk about it. Terrorists take over the G20 summit with President Sutton bringing her government and military experience to defend her family, company, and the world. You take Die Hard, you mix it in with a little bit of White House Down, and that's sort of what you've got here, except it's just not as enjoyable as those movies. Viola Davis as the president is believable. Her in an action role is great. I've seen her in The Woman King, which was very believable in, and I loved her in that role. Has a massive presence for days, brought a roaring cheer from me. One of my favorite films of that year when it came out. So when I saw Viola Davis as the action role, I thought, yay. The problem is, and there's many problems. This film looks like it has great choreography within the action sequences. There's a few moments where you get hand-to-hand combats around the place in Cape Town that there supposedly are. And apart from a few establishing wide shots to go, oh, look, Table Mountain, they could be anywhere. But that's fine. Films cheat everything. We know that they do. But in the locations where they're having these action set pieces, there's a few people, apart from Viola Davis, that really look like they know what they're doing, how to handle themselves. You can see they are either stunt people or they have been in the business for ages. So when it comes to action, roly-polies, knife throwings, pan hitting, gun shooting, gun fu, all of that malarkey, you go, oh yeah, they can handle themselves. I believe them in that role. And then you get the editing and they cut it all the way to hell. So you think you're about to see a roundhouse kick, but no, we're going to show you that roundhouse kick in 3 or 4 different shots. If you think you're about to see someone dodge a bullet, well, we're not going to show you how they do that because we're going to cut away from that and get much closer so that you can't see what's going on. Occasionally, we'll get a movement that's suddenly wide as someone does a roly-poly. It's all to enhance the editing, but it also speaks to a director that isn't exactly like taking the reins of the film, sitting down with the director, sitting down with the editor and going, okay, I really want to be able to see this establishing shot. Let's use what we've given our characters. There's no confidence in the filmmaker when it comes to the choreography. It feels like, okay, we need to heighten this with more intensity. And so when we get those action scenes, it just kind of leaves you feeling, I've seen this done 10 times better. And Die Hard did it better within the action there. And definitely White House Down when it comes to or Olympus Has Fallen, all of, that trilogy, all of films like that has definitely done gung fu, gunplay better. Viola Davis in the latter end of this movie has some great action moments. But again, there's a believability there that we need to put aside too. When films like this take a tried and tested formula and they're trying to be too serious with the genre, that's when you kind of lose your audience because there's a believability that we have to totally put to a side. The president being the hero, physically being able to take everybody out, these well-trained, basically assassins, mercenaries at the best in their game. A woman, even with strong muscle, taking on a dude that's as big as they are in this film is unbelievable. So we are rooting for her to win, but we have to believe that she can do that. Now, for training and physicality, I believe she could do that, but they don't write that into the story enough. So we have a one-off kind of throwaway line as like she's been in the military, she rescued a baby one time. That we're meant to translate that with one other scene where she does a little bit of a roly-poly with her Secret Service protection detail that she's like, oh, okay, she's like John Wick now. And that's where the film kind of lost me, because as much as I wanted to believe the character could do this, it just didn't feel like they had really established that enough. So what they do establish is that the family is going through some squabbles. The daughter wants some freedom, but she can't have that freedom because of who her mother is, the president. So she's always breaking out of the White House, and she's so smart and tech savvy, a code hacker, you know, that generic trope, that she can get out of the White House without anybody knowing, because she is that smart. She can run circles around the CIA, which again, pulling believability to a side, we are rooting for the family. If you go into that sort of film, into this sort of film, you need to make it have some sort of levity within the dialogue. The dialogue is as cheesy as you'd expect it to be, and there's some lines that'll probably make you cringe or make your eyeballs roll in the back of your head. Unfortunately, it doesn't have fun with what it's doing. So when it takes itself seriously, you have the cheesy dialogue, the story becomes a mess. So what you end up having is a 2-hour runtime for a film that feels like it's overstayed its welcome, has been done before, and isn't anything new or fresh in the genre, which is why press didn't get the screeners, because they knew they were decimated. If you're putting this on in the background just for something to watch and occasionally watch Viola Davis dance circles around everybody on screen, that's great. If you're coming into this to watch crazy Anthony Starr be his same character from The Boys, then you're going to enjoy it, because he is that character, just doesn't have his superpowers, although he's got, you know, guns and stuff, so he can do stuff. The action is fine, doesn't do anything new. We've seen it all before. I was very disappointed with this. I like the people and the creatives in it. I like the acting in it for what they've been given, with the dialogue and the scripting that they've been given to kind of shine. I really hope we get to see Viola Davis do some more action roles, because I think she will be excellent in them. She is good in this, but just the script needed to rework. It needed something different. It needed me to make me really care for the characters. And at the end of the day, I didn't. The way they make me care for the characters in Die Hard is interesting. There's the family dynamic, but they feel very real, very personable. In here, I just don't know that it feels like that. So when you get to the people being killed, it's more, you care more about the side characters that we've been given a little bit of info about, which is not the way the stories are supposed to be. Maybe I'm taking it too seriously. It's just a movie. It's just an action movie. But as a role, as a film critic or a movie reviewer or someone that has worked in film and television and has a degree in television and film production, I expect when a huge amount of money is thrown at a film with top quality actors, I expect some quality. And it is my duty to take one for the team so that you don't have to waste your time. So I'm going to give this 2 out of 5 Nicolas Cages. And that's because there is some creativity here, and that's because Viola Davis is acting the hell out of it. She's not phoning it in, she's doing her best, and she's believable in that action. And Anthony Starr's in it, which, you know, is never a bad thing. Let me know your thoughts and feelings about this. Did you enjoy it? Do you think that I did take it too seriously? Or did you feel the same as me and that this should be a miss and not on your watch list? Thanks so much for watching, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.